Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, today is day 3 of my 7 curries series, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing one of the most popular curries out of the 7 curries, and this is none other than Katahar curry. Now Katahar is a fruit that belongs to the jackfruit family. It is not actually a jackfruit, it is also known as a bread nut, but it falls within the same realm. All of the seeds that are within this Katahar are meticulously peeled, they're cut in half, and all of the flesh is stripped. And all of this is curried together, simmered down in coconut milk, and it makes for such a delicious dish. This dish right here is one that people fight for at any Guyanese Hindu wedding or Hindu religious function. It's something that everybody always looks forward to. So I hope you all enjoyed my version and my recipe for this Katahar curry. You're all gonna notice that I'm all dressed up again for this recipe, and of course I wanna give a big shout out to Leah's Fashion and Religious House for sponsoring this video. I want to thank the amazing staff over there for giving me this outfit and allowing me to go through their store and check everything out. They are your one-stop shop for all of your religious needs as well as your outfits and any other accessories or decorations that you could want. When you go there, you're going to get great prices, quality items, and of course, you're going to get a smile on their face at all times. They love their customers and they love to help their customers out. So the first thing I want to do when preparing this Katahar curry is prepare the spice mixture or the seasoning mixture. I have some garlic and hot pepper that I've ground, some green seasoning, some curry powder, a little bit of roasted ground cumin or Geera, and a little bit of masala. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my curry paste at this point because we're going to need to fry that up a little bit. So into that mixture that I made, I'm going to go in with a little bit of water and I'm just going to mix it up very well until I get a nice little paste. Once I make my paste, I'm going to go ahead and set it aside so it's ready, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my oil into my karahi or my heavy bottom pot. Once that oil has a chance to heat up, you're going to go ahead and add in some sliced onions as well as some scallions. Now from what I have in the bowl there, I'm only adding in half and I'm going to add in the other half later so we can keep on building up those flavors. I'm just going to saute this until it's cooked down for about 2 to 3 minutes. So my onions and scallions have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes at this point. They've softened up a bit. So at this point, I'm going to go in with my curry paste that I made earlier. Again, this is the curry powder, the masala, the Geera, as well as my ground pepper and garlic and my green seasoning. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up and allow this to fry until the oil releases back from the mixture and this mixture dries up a little bit so the spices can cook down. And you know, whenever I make any kind of curry, I like to go ahead and salt and season my curry mixture when I first add it in. So that's what I'm doing now, going in with my salt, and we're going to stir that around. So my curry mixture has been cooking for about 6 to 7 minutes at this point. As you all can see, it started to catch or stick at the bottom, which means we started to develop a lot of flavor. And of course, this spice mixture has dried up very well, which means the spices have cooked down properly. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and add in our peeled, our chopped, and our washed Katahar. Now, I'm using the Katahar that's already frozen and cut for me, but if you were doing this with fresh Katahar, it's even better. And on top of that Katahar, I'm going to go in with the rest of my onions and my scallions that I had saved from earlier. At this point, I'm also going to go in with a little bit of all-purpose seasoning of my choice. You can use any brand that you enjoy. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and stir everything up very well until the Katahar is bunjayed or fried down with all of those spices and the onions and all of the other aromatics. So my Katahar has been frying down for about another 5 minutes at this point. As you all can see, it's picked up some of those brown bits from the bottom, but not all of it, and it's dried up even more. I cooked down any of the water that was still within the Katahar. So at this point, it is time to add in our coconut milk. Whenever you make Katahar, it is a must that you use a lot of coconut milk. The thing is, Katahar and some of the other vegetables that we use for 7 curry, they don't have a lot of flavor on their own. That's why we use these spices, these aromatics, and in this case, the coconut milk, to really bring out that flavor. So for this amount of Katahar, I'm going to leave my ingredients and the amounts that I'm using in the description box right below this video. But for this amount, I used about a whole can. And of course, after you add in enough coconut milk, you're going to top it off with a little bit of water, just so this way the Katahar has a chance to boil and the seeds get nice and soft. So this is what my Katahar looks like after cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes. As you all can see, there's still a lot of liquid and the seeds look a little bit hard still, and the flesh needs to cook down a little bit more. I like Katahar when it's very mushy and the seeds are nice and soft. If it's hard at all, I do not like it, and the texture is not all that great. It's too stringy. So this is after another 10 minutes of cooking, which means 30 minutes in total. I had to add in a little bit more water just because it was drying up too quick, and it's getting there very soon, but I do need it to cook down just a little bit more. So my Katahar curry has been cooking for about 40 minutes at this point in total. Now, your Katahar might take a little bit more time, might take a little bit less time, depending on
the Katahar that you use, like the brand of the Katahar, how young the Katahar was, if it was fresh or if it was frozen, but this is what we're looking for. Once that Katahar curry is done cooking, you want to go ahead and serve it right away when it is nice and hot. Now for me, Katahar does not have to be with all of those different 7 curries, because this right here with a nice hot piece of oil roti or dal puri is just perfection. But of course, I will never argue with this being served alongside all of those other famous and delicious vegetarian dishes.
So I hope you all enjoyed my Katahar curry recipe. It was very simple to put together and very, very delicious. If you follow all of my tips and tricks, you're gonna get a great Katahar curry every time. So please stay tuned for tomorrow to see what's next in this 7 curry series. If you enjoyed this video today, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and go ahead and drop those comments down below and let me know what you all would like to see next. If you're interested in checking out Leah's Fashion and Religious House, the address and the phone number will be right here. Make sure you check them out, tell them that Matthew's Guyanese Cooking sent you, and get one of these amazing outfits, or you can get an outfit for women, Hindu religious needs, or whatever it is your heart desires. I'll see you all again very soon.